Hey traders, Raghee here, and if there's anything that a day like today conjures up is one of two things. I'm going to recommend what I would think and do, but the two things it conjures up is fear. Could this be the beginning of a move to the downside in a more sustained way? But the other thing that it could do also is conjure up feelings of opportunity. And that's really what I want to encourage everybody to consider, fear versus opportunity. Now, where you're positioned in the market has a lot to do with how you're feeling. Now, when I say where, I don't even mean as specifically or even as granular at the symbol level of a sector or stock. I'm talking about where in the perspective of price you're positioned. So as we scroll through these indices, you'll notice something. They're all still in uptrends. We punched up to slightly higher highs in everything but the Russell today. These are markets that, yes, gapped higher and closed the gaps in many situations, but they're hardly taking out any of the lows of the previous session or even of last week. So it's just not one of those days that continues to scream higher. Now, my day traders out there will know, even on a day like today, we can be long and still look for opportunities to take out profits because we're not buying at the highs. Well, my end of day traders, you guys know the same. We're not buying at highs. We're waiting for those opportunities for even a slight pullback. And that's what I mean about asking yourself, where are you long from? So let's take a little bit deeper dive into the NAS, for example. So zooming in, you'll see that we do have the 13 exponential propulsion dots in play. Now, that's this thing right here. You might say, well, Rog, we want a pullback of that size to get long from? Absolutely. If we can get a move lower like that into the 13 exponential moving average propulsion dot, I'd absolutely be game. Same thing goes with the 21. Since its market is still very much parabolic, in other words, it's still accelerating within the context of this uptrend, we probably have to think a little bit more aggressively, okay? Now, after you take a look at the individual indices, I would then recommend going to the next level, which is something I talk about in terms of, if you've checked out ever the Countdown Trader, that's countdowntrader.com. It's a free newsletter. It's very much a boats and tides conversation. Understand where the larger markets are going, but then also understand how that can set you up for individual opportunities. So you can go NASDAQ futures to QQQ, to XLK, to Apple, and be opportunistic. Everyone else, most everyone, I don't think everyone out there is fearful, but the smart ones are being opportunistic. The smart ones are saying, where do I still have an intact uptrend, and where can I engage the market when it goes on sale? And so again, when it comes down to fear versus opportunistic, which mindset are you going to adopt? Well, a lot of that's going to have to do with how you're positioned already. Don't position yourself at the top of parabolic uptrends. Wait for pullbacks, be patient, wait for these markets to go on sale. And that might be something you're seeing on individual names today, maybe even into tomorrow. But keep this in mind. And I think you're going to find days like today become much more opportunity type days than necessarily negative days only. Hope that helps. I'll see you in the next update.